Hi guys. Welcome to another episode. Well, an episode of Steep. It's a specific subject I want you guys to hear, but it's hard because it's a major part of my life. Well, it has been when I was younger. Oh God, how can I say this? I really don't want to say it, but I believe it's time to get it off my chest. I want to talk about bullying. Or bullying. Yes, I was bullied when I was younger. Actually, for a long time I was bullied for. And it got to the point where I tried to commit suicide twice. Yeah. It still affects me to this day. And I hope to God the bullies that bullied me when I was younger get their comeuppance, but I know they won't. Jeez, this is hard. Wow. Oh wow. This is very hard for me. Oh. So yeah, bullying. This is very hard for me to say, but I was bullied. I was bullied for 7 years of my life, and I tried to commit suicide twice because of these bullies. I stood in front of the train, and it was only a quick reaction from a friend. Pulled me away at the last second, otherwise I wouldn't be here. It's hard. It's very hard for me to say this, so just bear with me. Oh God, this is hard. For anybody out there who knows how bullying affects a person, it affects a person in different ways. For me, it wasn't pretty. So yeah, I was bullied through my year 6, year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10 and year 11. And I think it was year 12 as well. That's 7 years-ish. But when I was in school, I literally tried to commit suicide twice. These bullies were persistent fuckers. They were really nasty. Called names, phone calling, blamed me for everything. They kicked, punched, whatever. They just did not like me for whatever reason. I think they didn't like me because I have got ADHD, ODD, ADD, and Asperger's, so I was different. And to be different in school, it's very hard. And I just don't like talking about my past, but I think it's time for me to get off my chest. I hate to do this. I really do hate to say I was bullied. I'm 25 now, 26 this year, and I think it's time for me to get out there and everything. So people do know everything. I don't want to keep secrets at all, but this one is it's one of those things. If you were bullied in school, you would know. If you tried to commit suicide because of it, you will know. It's very difficult for a person to come out and talk about their past, as have I. I won't be naming them. It's just they might have normal lives now. I just don't want them to be. Well, I don't. I don't want anybody out there just to, you know, track them down. I'd love a person I know. I watched his videos, and I'd love that person to track them down and to give everything that they deserve. But it's never gonna happen. It's never ever gonna happen, and I know that. But God, I wish he'd do it. But anyway, yeah, it's very hard for me to talk about this stuff. So yeah, and it wasn't just in school. When I was younger, just going through primary school, they used to follow me home, steal my things. I used to run away a lot. That's one of my coping mechanisms. I run away. I ran away. I ran away and up this big, huge, humongous cliff, 30, 40 foot. And halfway up there was a ledge. And that was one of my safe places. I knew no one could get up there except for me, so I just went there every time I wanted to commit suicide. I'd just go up there, or just go up there and just calm down. Now then, I will be naming the schools, and the last school was amazing. They tried their best, level best, absolutely brilliant teachers for me. But then I went to college, and the same people who bullied me went to college with me. Yeah, didn't stop. I hated college. I hate revealing stuff to you guys, but I believe it's time. Yeah, I believe it's time for me to say this. I know I shouldn't, but it's one of those things that I believe should be out there. Bullying is bad. If you are a bully, stop. Just stop. Just stop bullying whoever you're bullying. Because when I was younger, I was literally fucked up. I tried to commit suicide. It got that bad. It got to the point where I tried to commit suicide twice. Twice tried to commit suicide. So yeah, it was hard. It was really, really hard, and I hated it. God, I'm getting choked up from this. Holy shit. I. I'm saying, give it up, guys. This is a big part of my life. A huge part of my life I'm sharing. Potentially, you know, the world is going to see this, and yeah, my secret will not be secret anymore, and I want that. So yeah, I hate keeping secrets. I do. I really do hate them. And this is a humongous secret. I've kept it for a while, so I'm emotional. My advice is just to anyone's getting bullied out there. My advice is to tell a teacher or to tell your parents that you're getting bullied, because I didn't. When I was younger, I never told a teacher. I never told my parents. They knew. My parents knew there was something wrong and everything, but they didn't know what until I tried to commit suicide that first time. Then it escalated to a point where I was one-to-one. I was every single time there was an adult with me, except for when I left school. And when I leave school in secondary school, this was, I had to get onto a train and go, I think it was 15-20 miles ish back to my house, which is a long while, about half an hour, something like that, on the train. And the person one-to-oneing me left me at the school gate, and he was a wonderful one-to-one sports guy. He was a wonderful one, except for the point where he left me at the school gate. For the person who's committed suicide once, you never want to leave them alone until you get them onto that train. Unfortunately, I stood in front of a train, and yeah. So bullying is bad, really bad for you. This is what I'm talking about is a major part of my life, and I'd hate it for anybody to go through what I did. I hate it. I hate talking about this stuff. Yeah. Fuck. I don't know what. I'm back, guys. Oh. Okay. The first school, the primary school I went to, where this all started, was Ysgol Treferthydd in Cricieth, which is in Wales, by the way, UK. I won't name the bullies, but there were at least 7 of them. I thinking back, there was about 7 of them. And if you're ever in school and you're going to another crowd, or the bullies are in a crowd and there's 7 of them, you're pretty much fucked. Which is a bad thing to say, but in my case it was, and I hated my time in that school. I hate it with a passion. Nearly every day I ran away from that school, and I ran away from my problems there. Didn't tell my parents or anything. And then once I went to secondary school, I went to a hellhole, the most painful second school I've ever been to. And that was a school in Yonydd in Porthmadog, which is also in Wales, UK. You can look all these up. They've got their own websites. The bullies that I went to primary school with followed me to secondary school, and I picked up one really vicious bully. In fact, he's in prison now. That's how bad he was, and he's still in prison for a good 7 years more to come. Yeah. I did a year there, and I went to a school. I did RraDragon, which is also in Wales, UK. Yeah, that last school was the most brilliant school ever. Did everything to the T. It took me 6 months to transition from the bullied school to the other school where I was bullied, because I came in the second year. Everybody made friends, so it was me getting bullied and harassed and everything, and I was different. So I basically what had happened was, I came in at the second year of the new I was second year of the school, so I had no friends, nobody I knew. Came in, thought I'd just, join in, make friends and everything, and that didn't even happen. The one friend I did have was the friend that pulled me away from the train. She's now an actress making her living, so yeah. But yeah, fair play to her. Without her, I wouldn't be here. But my advice to anybody being bullied: tell your parents. I know you don't want to, but tell your parents. Tell the teachers you're being bullied. Go to the headmaster or whoever's in charge and say, I want to speak to you alone, with the head of the year or head of the school there with you in a room with your parents, and say, I'm being bullied, what can you do? That's the most crucial advice I'd ever give anybody, is tell the teacher or tell whoever you can that you're being bullied, and put it out there. And 9 out of 10 times they will respond to you and say, yeah, we will sort this out. Now that of course means telling who you're being bullied by, and I know it's scary and everything, and I know you don't want to, but again, I think you might feel better once you do tell someone. Now, it has been 12 years-ish. No, it's not been 12 years, it's been... Oh, I'm 25 now. Yeah, about 12 years-ish since I was in school. And yeah. God. Oh god. Here comes Warworks again. Oh fuck. The second time I don't want to even talk about the second time I tried to commit suicide. Okay. So yeah. Oh god, how can I say this? If the group I've just joined can hear me, I'm doing a live stream. I'm telling the live stream about my past, the fact that I was bullied. So, bear with me. Just look up my name, and you'll see the live stream. If you can hear me, guys. I don't want to tell you what happened to the second time I tried to commit suicide from it. It's one of those things I don't want to say. It's way too personal for me. It's such a dreadful story, and I don't want anybody to hear it at all. Not even my mum or dad knows this. They know I tried to commit suicide the second time, but they don't know the facts, which I want them to stay that way. Ah shit, this is checkpoint. So yeah, so to me personally, I'm not saying what I did on the second one. It's way too gruesome. Um, so yeah. After that point, after the teachers knew about me getting bullied and everything. It was a chaos. The bullies got a week suspension. I was pissed. Being bullied for 3 years and then trying to commit suicide, and all they got was a week suspension. No expulsion, suspension. I was pissed. So I went straight to the headmaster, and he told me they couldn't do anything about it, but he said if you really think that you will be... I was put on suicide watch. I couldn't take the train to school, so I was brought in a taxi to school after that. Banned off the trains for life. So yeah, they don't know what I look like now. I take it all the time. But for me personally, I hate talking about this shit. I really do. It's one of those things that I hate talking about so much. Is my past. It's painful. It's really painful. But those years in school were hell on earth. Way left. Okay. What I would do differently, and why? As soon as I got bullied, I would tell the teacher. Because if I did that, I most likely wouldn't commit that first, try to attempt that first suicide. Yeah, I would have told the teacher much sooner. I wouldn't have tried to commit suicide that first time, and I wouldn't have to put my friends and my family in that position. I would never do that. But I didn't, so yeah. Another thing is, I wouldn't hide it. Hiding yourself being bullied is a hard thing to do, and because I hid it for so many years, my emotions, I didn't have any. Didn't have any empathy, sympathy, didn't have any happiness, sad, don't feel pain, nothing like that anymore. I'm black-hearted. I am the most black-hearted person ever, and I hate to tell you guys that, but I am. I'm unlocking my emotions now, but it's very hard to. I might feel happy, I might feel pain, sadness, whatever. I might unlock them for about half an hour, and that's it. But me talking about my past, for me, is very painful. I hate doing it, but it feels right, and it feels good to have it out there now for the world to, you know, judge. There was an incident after I left secondary school and before I went to college. Now that's a story for a different time. I don't feel comfortable telling you guys that story just yet, and it might not come out for another year, maybe two, something like that. Me personally, I don't feel comfortable saying it. But yeah, the first two schools, hell on earth. it was properly hell. The third one was alright, they tried to deal with the problem, but they didn't actually crack it down and solve it completely. So I left that school feeling unhappy, didn't have any feelings, cold-hearted, no emotions whatsoever, and I just didn't want to live anymore. So yeah, I actually feel physically sick saying this to you guys. I really do. And my hands are literally shaking. So yeah, that's my story about me being bullied, and I hate it for anybody else out there to be bullied the same way I did. Now, how can I say this in a way that being bullied is bad? Tell a teacher, tell your family, because if it goes to the point where I took it, I tried to commit suicide. That's my fault. That was selfish of me. Putting my family through that, to this day I feel terrible. And this is 12 years on from it. 12 years on, and I feel pain from putting my family through what I did. So being bullied is bad. It's way, way, way harder to be the victim in bullying than being the bully. Being the bully, you can go home, you can talk to your friends, do all that kind of stuff. Being the victim, you have to go home to your family. They don't know what you're going through. You don't know the emotions. Yes, you most likely have a black eye, but they don't know how it makes you feel in school, going into school with a black eye, or to see them on a daily basis in school, side by side, you're in the playground and then being bullied. They don't know that. So yeah. But the main thing you should know is tell the teachers. Just tell them. I don't want you victims out there of bullying. Tell someone. Just tell them. Even if it's your friends. As long as it's out there. If they're good friends, they stand by you, protect you from them. And then most your friends might actually tell you the teachers, and the teachers will ask you, or sitting down in a separate room with your family and say, "This guy, you are being bullied," and everything. This try and sort it out. For me personally, it didn't come soon enough. It really didn't, and I'd hate that. And if you think about committing suicide, don't. Just trust me, don't. Because then it escalates even further, and it won't stop then. They won't know what they've done. They wouldn't understand why you did it. And they'll just keep on doing it, and keep on doing it, and keep on doing it. And then you're putting your family through pain, seeing you like that. It's just bad. So tell a teacher you're being bullied. It's not that hard. As soon as you get bullied, it's not that hard. Trust me. For me, it came too late. It won't be for you, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully to you guys, it won't be too late for you guys to tell someone. For me, it did. It doesn't have to happen to you guys. Now this may come to a shock to you guys, but not all bullies are men. They're females as well. And I have had dealings with female bullies when I was younger. And they're even worse than the males. Trust me on that, guys. If you're being bullied by a female, tell the teacher straight away. Tell the teacher straight away. Tell someone straight away. Even if it's your partner, tell the coppers, or the police, or law enforcement, or whatever, or your family for that matter. Family comes first. You should always tell your family if you're getting bullied. Then they will have to go to the school, or they sit you down, go through your options and everything. Now, if you're in school and getting bullied, tell the teacher. I cannot emphasize enough or explain it enough. Just tell the teacher. Now, this has been hard for me to tell you guys that I was being bullied in school, and it happened 12 years ago, and I've still, listen, it happened to me 12 years ago. 12 years. And I'm still feeling the effects of it to this day. That's what being bullied in school does to a person. That's what being bullied and trying to commit suicide does to a person. I was on medication until 6 months ago because what happened. Don't be that person. Just don't. Whatever you're dealing with at home, school, college, university, whatever, it can be dealt with. Trust me on that. So yeah. Now you know what happened to me in school. And to me personally, it feels good telling you guys this, because you may not actually know too much about me on this channel. So yeah, it's, and I've titled this just Normus Live Steep. So yeah, if you're on my channel and you click on this video and you've seen this, you go through it and you feel emotion or anything, just tell your family. They'll go through it, they'll explain it to you, what your options are and everything. Because if you are being bullied, just don't try and commit suicide. That's the worst thing you could ever do at all. Because if you're young, like I was, you don't think what the after effects is. Your after effects would be, why did he commit suicide? Put your family in stress, you know, grief, the emotions of why he did it and everything. It's just, and then it comes out that you were being bullied in school and they didn't do anything. They didn't tell your family, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. It's just hard for the family. Like, I had 3 older brothers. They knew. My family knew. But I didn't tell them. and I tried to commit suicide, and then I escalated it to a point where I had no control over my life then, in school whatsoever. The bullying didn't stop, but it got better as soon as everybody knew. It won't stop overnight. It's one of those things that it will take time for you guys to open up again. Like, to me now, I don't go to pubs. I'm 25 years old. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't go to pubs. Don't socialise very well at all. I've moved down to a lovely town called Towin, where I now live, or this side, wherever you want. Having to leave my hometown, Criccieth, which is in Wales, UK, because I walk through the streets and I can see the people bullying me. I got to the point where I couldn't stand or couldn't stay there because of those people. I was afraid of them. So I moved down here 3 years ago. 3 years. I've never gone to the pub. I've never socialised with anybody. I don't even know anybody who lives around here except for the people I'm staying with. I'm living in a kind of a halfway house. So yeah. So being bullied does affect you after you've become a grown up. Trust me on that. It may affect people in different ways. People might, you know, carry on with their lives and go to Thomasing stuff, have a family, raise a family, whatever. Other people might end up like me. Emotionless. Black-hearted. Have no feeling, have no remorse. Hardly cries except for when they're going through their past or telling stories about their past. Right. This is even harder for me to say than what I'm talking about. But I went to my mum's funeral. I didn't cry. I had no emotion because of my past. Because I was bullied and I had no feelings after that point. I just didn't know what they were. For me personally, that was the realization that I was screwed up in the head. I am now scarred for life because I was bullied. Now this might not be who you will be. If you tell someone that you are being bullied, then they will take that seriously. Trust me. How do I end? Jeez Christ. So yeah, now you know a bit more about who I am and everything, and why I don't socialise online, or why I don't go out much and socialise. Me personally, I've been actually hiding this from everyone around me for the past 12, 15 years. From everyone around me. Whoever I meet, whoever I make friends with, or I literally have hidden this from every single one of them. and it's a big relief for it to be out there now. So you guys, you know, if you see this and you watch it all the way through, thank you. Thank you for your support and everything. If you don't like it, leave a dislike. If you like what I'm actually saying, leave a like, whatever. I don't care if you subscribe to me or anything, it's just whatever. I've been doing this a year and 7 months. YouTube. A year and 7 months. I don't care how many subscribers I've got, don't care whatsoever. I just care that my story goes out there and it might help a person out. That's it. I hope you guys out there could tell your teachers or your family members if you're getting bullied or not. And I hope it goes well for you. This will be the end of this live stream. And I hope you have a good night or good morning wherever you are. And I hope you have a good life. This is me saying goodbye and have a good night, good morning. See ya.